Ladies, gentlemen, and of course, everybody in between, welcome back to the Electrek Garage. I'm your host, as always, Declan Cav, and today we are checking out this 2000 Gen 1 Honda Insight. Honda's solution and competitor to the Prius, but unlike other hybrid cars, what makes this thing cool is it has a manual transmission. You don't find that on any other hybrids, and believe it or not, I might be an electric car guy, but I can drive manual, so I'll prove it. All right, so driving the Honda Insight. We weren't recording when I stalled initially, but besides that, I'm proving right now that I can drive a manual. Look at this, whoa, using the clutch, using the shifter. Who would have guessed? The Electreks are manual, so it should come as a surprise to nobody. I actually daily drove a manual Mustang for a while, but that's irrelevant. We're talking about Insights right now, and also this stupid BMW. So you might be able to tell from the side skirts that this car was designed with aerodynamics in mind, having a drag coefficient of just 0.25, which is very good. This car averages 50 to 60 miles per gallon, which in a hybrid is insane and also kind of unheard of. From factory, the Honda Insight would have come with a nickel metal hydride battery, which is very cool. It's mounted in the back, but the owner has upgraded it to a much more practical lithium-ion system. You can tell because of the nice screen mounted here on the dash. He's also done what's called the 40% mod, which tricks the motor into thinking that it can have more power. The gas motor on this car is a 3-cylinder, which is super cool, and then it has a 5-speed manual gearbox with reverse. So that's pretty cool. Driving this thing it's a sporty car. Like, so there are a lot of times on this channel where I'm like, oh, it's kind of sporty, it has some power to it. Now this thing's got some sporty to it. Like I said, it's a 5-speed. The gears are really long though, so that's pretty cool. Up here on the dash, if you want to show that, we do have our lithium control panel that shows, I think, let's see, max volts, low volts per cell. Not sure what any of this is. This is temperature, 40 degrees Celsius. That's well within operating range. This seems like uptime maybe. And this is our power draw at the moment. So we're pulling -0, we're pulling about 0.5 kilowatts there. Taking a quick look at the dash, this is a really cool looking dash here. We got our speedometer at the top. We got our miles per gallon currently at 53.3. Our trip odometer. Underneath that is our instantaneous, what's it called? Instantaneous miles per gallon. We have a tachometer, a temperature gauge, and a charge/assist meter, which tells us how much of the battery we're using. It also, interestingly, has a little arrow that when I need to shift up, it shows there's a little up. So you don't even have to think about shifting in this car because it tells you when you need to do it. So it's telling me up, I'll shift to third. We have a fuel gauge for gas. We have a battery gauge. We're about 60% state of charge right now. Being an early 2000s car, the steering is a little vague, but I mean, that's to be expected in a car like this. And also, the owner of this car has fitted a, not a CB radio. What kind of radio is this?
GMRS.
A GMRS radio. So, that's interesting. I don't know what this is.
That's where you talk, but it's not on.
Breaker 19. This here's a rubber duck. About to put the hammer down. That's from Convoy. It's a good movie. You should watch it. What the f? Film that. That's a Fisker Ocean right there. What the f? Sorry, we're going off track here.
Ooh. So which car is cooler, the Ocean or the Insight?
So that's way cooler than what we're in right now. I actually saw the prototype of that at the LA Auto Show a while ago. I had no idea they were starting customer deliveries. I'm gonna follow this guy for a thick minute here. So Fisker, if you didn't know, they made something called the Fisker Karma back in 2012.
And I really won't.
And it was a plug-in hybrid. Let's see if I don't want to cut off this Mini.
Fuck the Mini Cooper.
Here, show the Ocean again. Keep filming this Ocean while I talk. Guy has no license plate, by the way.
He's got it.
Worth pointing. Oh, it's in the rear view. Yeah, so Fisker is known for the Fisker Karma, which was a super cool plug-in hybrid with solar panels on the roof back in 2012. And just recently, they've kind of been stepping up their automotive game with the Fisker Ocean. They also are coming out with the Fisker Alaska soon. And the Fisker Pear, I think, is what they're next car is. This thing has a solar roof as well, which is super cool. It's only to run the AC systems and stuff like that, but still super cool spotting here. I did not expect to see one of these today. So yeah, Fisker Ocean. We're in a Honda Insight. That's what we're talking about today. Sorry, I got very distracted. Moving to the back of the Insight, first off, it's worth noting that the decals back here are just that. They're decals. They're not actual logos. They're just stuck onto this back window. That's pretty cool, I guess. This thing is a hatchback. I've broken it. I noticed that there's an SRS light on here. Andrew's actually in the back of the car. Andrew, what is the SRS?
My car. How do I end up getting back here?
That's an issue, not an issue me. What does the SRS light mean, Andrew?
So on these Honda Insights, actually I can point it out. Around this area, there's a crack that develops, and water seeps in, and the seatbelt's right here, and the module is somewhere down there. It just trickles down over time, and eventually it corrodes the connections, and then you get a nice little SRS light on.
Love that. Very, very cool. How's the back seats in this car, Andrew?
It works.
Yeah, anyone with law enforcement, Andrew is sitting in the seat and has his seatbelt buckled. This thing's a hatchback, and it has a lot of space back here. Obviously, the floor is really high because of the battery back here, but I fit back here comfortably, and I think I can even close it. No back seats in this thing, unfortunately. So another interesting thing that I learned about this car from absolutely not stalling it is that if you put it into first after a stall, it'll restart itself, which is super nice. Also, when you come to a complete stop and you put it in neutral, it will also shut off the engine and it'll shut off the AC until you put it back into gear. So very, very efficient, very economy. It's kind of a modern feature that you find on some newer cars where when you come to a complete stop, the engine shuts off, but this thing was doing it back in 2000. I also have no idea where I am. I'm completely lost. This is not something I knew before showing up here, but while messing around in the back of this car, I found this plug sticking out here. And when I asked what it is, it turns out with the lithium upgrade, this is now technically a plug-in hybrid. You can plug this into the wall and it charges a battery. Apparently they also make an upgrade where you can have a J7072 back here, but yeah, you can plug this car in. The factory didn't do that. That's actually really cool. I did not know I was filming with a plug-in hybrid. Your line?
Huh?
Your line? You read the script?
What script?
I sent you.
No, there's no script.
This is Andrew. Andrew owns this car.
Unfortunately.
Why do you own this car, Andrew?
So I had a Vibe GT that required premium fuel, and that was like 2 years ago when gas was $6. So I pestered the Insight community, and someone got sick and tired of me pestering, and they offered this to me at a very low cost.
Nice. So you annoyed them until they just gave in.
Yes.
Yeah, what other cars do you own, Andrew?
So I have a 92 Saturn SC. That is the garage queen. That's my everything. And I have a 93 SHO with a blown motor.
That's for sale, isn't it?
Yes.
You want to plug that?
It needs to go to the scrapyard, honestly. That's a lost cause.
Rest in peace, that SHO. So this is your only electric car? I'm not going to do what I just did again.
Oh, yeah. This is a very common issue is these break in the car wash. And they are very, very sought after.
I went to rock the car back and forth and I pulled this a little too hard and it started cracking.
Hopefully it doesn't fly off. If it does, you gotta buy me a new one.
I got you.
They're like $300 in this paint faded condition.
That's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was the 2000 Gen 1 Honda Insight. I really like this car, but then again, you might notice that I like every electric car, so I guess that's not saying much. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing and leaving a comment telling me how sexy I am. It means a lot and I can exploit you for the ad revenue. Also, at the time of this video going up, there should be 2 episodes of my YouTube Shorts series where I teach you guys how electric cars work. So if you want to know how electric cars work, go check out my YouTube Shorts or my TikTok and you can go see those videos there. Anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Love you.